is for all my runners out there. I love to go on a jog and then do my flossing, but you can totally use this as a warm-up. We're gonna go right into it. So come onto your backs and get ready to reinvigorate, recharacterize your tissue, creating more elastic, pliable, functional tissue. So pop yourself into a number 4 stretch. Right ankle kicks into left knee, hands behind your left knee pit. This is the most important part, the kicking into the knee. Keep kicking into the knee with your right ankle as you drag your legs into the chest. So you're activating the tissue on your right hip, your right glute is being spread like a fan as we drag our legs in towards our chest. But the resistance part, the engagement part, is what activates the tissue in a way that creates the internal exfoliation, getting rid of the scar tissue, the plasticky stuff, making the tissue more pliable, elastic, hydrated, functional, right? Strengthening ability is gained when we exfoliate the tissues so that the muscle tissue can get larger, because the fascia loves to tourniquet the tissue when it's tight, dense, and thickened. It's taking up the real estate that your muscle tissue wants back. So right now you're giving it back. Very good job. Let's pop our left foot either on a little ledge here or a block if you have it, or if you have a wall, you can pop your foot right on the wall. Hands on the outside of the right knee. Keep kicking out, still working the outer glutes, just in a different aspect here. As you plug out with your knee, your hands are dragging in towards your heart. Very good job. Cool, let's take 3 more times, dragging in. Last one, dragging it. Knee towards your heart now, switch it up. Now we're gonna work our hip flexors, the frontal flexors, squeezing in with your knee as you push your knee out. So hug your knee towards your chest, use your hand and plug out. Very well done. Good, you have 3 more times. If your foot's on the floor, no big deal. Totally do that. If you have a block, you can put it between your hand and your knee to extend your range. Great, let's trade sides, switching up the left leg on top for number 4 stretch, kicking out with the left ankle. Keep kicking out, drag your legs in towards your heart, and then release. So you're engaging the tissue on the outside of the right hip by kicking your ankle into your knee. Keep kicking your ankle into your knee, dragging in. If you want to try a little small ball shape, we didn't do it on the first side, but you'll know for next round, you can squeeze up. As you lower your legs away, your head comes back down. Pull your belly down in towards your spine, squeezing in. You have 3 more times, head down or head up, your choice. Yes, these are abductors, of course, and we're getting a little bit into the IT band chain. So abductor into IT band chain, very important for stabilizing for us runners, right? Here we go, last one. We need this IT band to stabilize, but we don't need it to be so thick and hard. You know what I'm talking about. Hands to the outside of your knee, pop your right foot on the wall or on a ledge as you like, kicking out with your knee, and then dragging in towards your chest, spreading through the glutes. Good, you're waking up your low back here, and you're getting your lateral hamstring ready to rumble. So important for our running. Of course, the central hamstring and the medial are cranking it out as well. But the lateral is going to act as a stabilizer with the IT band as you're forward moving. Last one. And it's got to shorten. And what we're doing here is giving the musculature the ability to lengthen, but also to contract. Remember, we have to contract in order to strengthen. If you can't contract, you can't strengthen. Squeeze in with your knee. Did you get the picture? Keep squeezing in with your knee and then plugging your knee away. Nice, easy hip flexor release. Very well done. You have 3 more times, please. Good. Hugging in and plugging out. Last one. So well done. Good. Let's take a nice, easy rock and roll through the spine to come up. We're going to pop ourselves onto our hands and knees. Dragging your right leg forward for pigeon. Nice high pigeon here today. A little bit less high than that. And I'm going to flex my right foot if you can do it. Plug down with your knee. My knee is in alignment with my hip, so not wide out to the side like in our traditional yoga practice. You can interlace your fingers behind your back and dip your heart forward. Most important part is that you're plugging your knee in. All their options, blocks on either side of your front leg to dip yourself down. You have 3 more times. Keep plugging down with your knee as you dip yourself. towards the floor. Last one. Good, very nice. Tuck your back toes, send it back. Nice, easy downward dog. You can walk through your heels here. Let's flamingo the right toes up towards the sky. Slight bend in the right knee, and then swipe your pelvis right and left as you plug down through the ball of the right foot to engage the calf. Belly is motoring up towards your spine, just in an easy vacuum. Good, and then left leg's gonna come down for your high pigeon shape as you plug down with your front leg. Flex your left foot if you can, dipping yourself forward, and come on up. Interlacing hands if you like. Dipping down and coming up. You have 2 more times. Plugging down with your front knee. And up, last one. Plugging down and up. Good, tuck your back toes, send your left leg back. Flamingo your right toes up, and then easy swipes right and left. Plugging down through the left foot. Very good job. Last one. Excellent, good. Release that foot down. We're gonna bring our right leg forward into a wide-legged lunge. So a little bit wide to the right. My right arm is on the inside of my right knee, and the arm and the leg bone are gonna connect. As you pull your heel back, sit yourself back. We're working our medial hamstring here. Very important for running, because the medial hamstring balances the lateral quad, and we know how important the quad is, right? Keep pulling back as you floss out through the lateral hamstring, the medial hamstring, excuse me. You're gonna start feeling it maybe up into the hip joint. You have 4 more, here we go. You can take it up in pace if you're feeling warm and comfortable. And you're always moderating the amount of engagement or resistance you're using. Remember, heel is pulling back here, very important. Keep pulling your heel back into the ground to activate that tissue. Yes, yes, yes. Very nicely done. Last one. Good, very nice. And then we're gonna slip that leg underneath us, bringing your left leg forward wide to the side, just to the left, a smidge. Pull your left heel back, find the arm bone and the leg bone meeting together, and plop yourself backwards in space. Good, you have about 8 to go. Pulling your heel back, sitting yourself back. Really goes quite fast, but imagine that you haven't done this yet on the first side, and this is your first leg. Really giving it the attention it deserves. And knowing that you're prepping your body either for recovery for the next day, prepping yourself for your next run, or you're getting ready to rumble here. Let's go for last 2. And 1, very nice. I wanna bring you up into our hamstrings, but I think we gotta do a little quad prep here, coming back onto your back. I just wanted to get hamstrings going so that your quad can really work. Let's go left foot to start this time. Left foot's gonna kick up to the sky, so you'll feel your quad engage. The right foot's the helper. Keep kicking up with the left foot. That's going up. The right foot is plugging you down. So there's resistance going up towards the sky. The top foot is smushing you down. So as you engage, as you elongate, you are engaged. So stay with that engagement if you're feeling feisty and want to do a Navasana shape here with your low belly pulling in and down towards the floor. The arms are still long and strong here. You have 6 more. You can change your angle. I'm going to take it across to the midline to create a little bit more lateral floss. A lateral floss. Last 2 and 1. Very nice. Let's change sides. Grabbing behind your right knee, kick up to the sky with your right foot. Left foot comes on top. Keep kicking up to the sky with the left foot, and then smush it down. The base leg, that's your right, is the one gaining the floss here through the quad. So keep your right quad engaged through the whole range. Make sure this is safe for your knee. If it's not safe for your knee, send me a little message and we'll come up with a different quad, a different exercise for you. Good, here we go. We have 4 more. You can change your line here. I'm going towards the midline because for me, my lateral quad is the tightest. If your medial quad is tight, send your toes wide out to the right. Last one. Brilliant. Okay, let's pop ourselves up. It's a big hamstring moment for you. If you have 2 blocks, we want those. We're going to step up into a pyramid. I have my left leg forward. I'm going to grab my ledge here. This is a great choice if you're feeling a little extra tight. I'm going to find the right length between my legs and between my arms. The front leg is going to pull back against the mat like it's doing that. And you're going to sit into your back knee. On your mark, get set, go. Yes, so you're kind of in this long extended pyramid sitting in a chair with your back leg. Your back leg takes you back. Your booty sits back. You pull back with your front heel, and that's going to floss out this hamstring chain here that links up into your spine. So really this is setting you up, setting your posture up, besides giving your hamstring more capacity to contract, because when we're running, our hamstring has to shorten. If there's too much tissue in the back of the leg, the heel's not going to pull towards the butt. So you're giving your body more ability to have that contraction. That contraction's giving you the spring forward. Yeah, so we want that. Let's go for 4 more. You can picture yourself when you're running. You know if your heel is kicking up towards your butt or not, or if your hamstring's too tight and it's not letting the heel go back. The more the heel can go back, the more stride you have in forward in space. Good job. Okay, that was enough lecturing. Trade sides. Actually, check it out a minute. Just see how that feels. A little forward hang. You can grab opposite elbows if you want. And a little booty sway right and left. Let your lower back go. Let your neck go. Good. Switcherooski. Left leg forward. Or what do we do? This is my right leg forward. She's good at right and left. Good. And sitting into your back knee on your mark, get set, go. You can see that this leg has a micro bend in it. This heel's pulling back, and I'm sitting into my back foot. My hips are in a little chair. A pretend chair. Heel keeps sliding back. Sit yourself back. And popping yourself up. Good. Giving your hamstring the capacity to twist, turn, shorten, lengthen, spring, pounce. All the things we need it to do, you're giving it the space so that it can do all those things. So you're removing the straight jacket from your hamstring essentially here. Keep pulling your heel back as you sit back. Passive stretching, we know doesn't do a lot of good for us before a run. You want to be careful of that because it actually unwinds the tissue, gives you less spring capacity, less recoil capacity. So you can do this before or after your run for recovery, but if you need a warm up, do that. I like doing it after, but you can choose. Very nice. Okay, cool. We're going to turn our toes to the side so we get a little adductor work. You can bring your stool with you. Wide legs, bending one knee and then the other knee. And throw that pillow away so you can see my pelvis. Keep squeezing in with your feet. So they're trying to squeeze back towards the midline against the floor, against your mat, and then bending into one knee, letting your pelvis go backwards as your torso comes forward. So it's almost like you're doing a skandasana, if you know that from yoga, or you're kind of in a Tai Chi movement here as you sit and dip your torso forward. Squeeze your arches together. Very nicely done. Cool. Last 2. And 1. Very nice. Good. Let's pop our legs down. If you have a ledge and you want to have that handy for support, I'm going to teach you a quad floss. If this is too much for you, go back to the original one we did. We're going to walk our right leg or left leg behind. It's okay, you can choose either to start. Walk your other leg forward so you're in a low lunge. Hands are going to come up. If you need blocks to help you up, do that. Start your pelvis forward. Kick your foot back into the wall. Keep kicking back with your foot. Drive your pelvis backwards towards your heel and then relax to come forward. I'm also thinking of my knees scooping forward against my mat like it's going to kiss my nose. And then I'm going to push myself back. Good. Untuck your pelvis or tuck your pelvis. Always a good question here. If you're having a lot of hip flexor straining, I don't want you to tuck your pelvis forward. That's going to strain those little attachments even more. Actually, just take almost a smidge of a crease at the front of your pelvis and focus on your quad tissue. Instead, pull your knee forward. Let your pelvis motor back first. Yes, 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 yes. This is your last one. Good, good, good. And basta, hands to the floor. Untuck the front leg first. Untuck the back leg. And then find your new leg on the wall. Make sure your knee is cushioned, right? And you're not on your patella. You're right on the top of the femur, the edge of the femur. Come on up. Good. Pelvis forward. Kick back with your foot. Pull your knee forward. Not overstretching at the hip flexor is very important. And then release. Good job. Very well done. You have 4 more times. If this is not working for you, don't worry. You're on your back doing the OG quad that we just did. Last one. Let's do one more because I'm not sure if I counted that out correctly. All right, beautiful. Hands to the floor. Tuck your front leg underneath you. Very nicely done. Let's finish off with a quick lung opener because we are using our lung capacity to the highest degree. You're going to bring your hands into a little fist. You're going to contract your pecs. So like your elbows are trying to kiss, and then spread your elbows wide. You don't have to sit on your knees here. You can sit on your seat or up in a chair or stand up and do this. You're squeezing in and then widening your elbows out and closing down. You can curl in if you want and pulse it forward. We're gonna go for 10, 9. Find your breath. You can add a little breath work here. It's an inhale to close and an exhale to open. And you have 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Very nice. If you have a wall, get up against a wall, put your arm against it, and then walk forward as you're pushing your forearm against the wall. I'm going to show you here on the little stool. I'm going to plug down with my arm, and then I'm going to dip my heart and then relax to come up. Let's go for 3. Yeah, working the pec tissue and creating space for the lungs. And 2. And 1. Good. Let's change sides. So you can do this on a coffee table or a double stack of blocks. Make sure you're not overstretching your shoulder head. It's a cactus. Plug down with your forearm and then dip your heart. Good. Last 3. Plugging down. Not going too far, please. And 2. Very good job, everybody. And basta. Right on. I hope you have a great run. If that's where you're off to, a great run tomorrow. Great to floss with you. Give this a try. Try it on the regs and see what happens to your capacity. Yeah? Let me know how it goes. Kisses.